Hi everyone, this is Char with Ariana Stark with your weekly reading for the week starting from 7 to 13th August 2023. I will cover all 12 sun signs. We will use oracle cards as well as tarot for your reading. Cross watchers are also welcome to have a look at this reading. Let's just understand what's in store for you. For Aries, I do have the card Apprentice from the Divine Messages Oracle. I think this is the week when you have to get down, you have to get ready for the grind. Hard work is in store for you. Maybe you also need to work on your skills. You need to be more professional in your approach. Possibly you could also be dealing with a hard taskmaster here. So be prepared for those situations when you feel that your boss is just expecting more from you. Indecision is also going to be there this week. Maybe you're undecided on your plan of action, so the need of the hour is to seek advice, to discuss, to be attentive. You also need to act quickly because time will slip away. There'll be momentary tension as well, but then eventually you will be relieved, Aries. Financial matters could also be uppermost on your mind. With respect to your love life, I do have this card, Unspoken Words Hurt. I think your person and you need to be more explicit, or you should be more communicative when it comes to your relationship. Maybe lack of communication is also affecting your connection. Communication fosters harmony in a relationship. Communication strengthens the bond between you and the other person. So the need is to talk things out, to discuss things out, rather than be in a defensive frame of mind, rather than walk away from situations. Other than that, I also feel that in case you're romancing, you will definitely enjoy good conversations with your person. Maybe you should avoid speaking something untoward or unpalatable, as it could make your person recoil in a shell. I think you need to be more romantic as the evening sets in. Maybe this person is going to wear his heart on his sleeve when he discusses things with you. Maybe the two of you are also going to bounce ideas of each other with respect to work. So focus on that aspect rather than go quiet in a relationship, Aries. Let's move from Aries to Taurus. For Taurus, I have the card Tussle. Now, some kind of dilemma is definitely at hand. Maybe your mind is also grappling on account of the same. Maybe somebody is also trying to usurp your authority or position. I think you should also look at the bigger picture, because there will be gains, but then these could be short-term gains. Personally, you may feel let down. Other than that, like a boxer, I think you need to be motivated. You need to stay assertive. There could be technical challenges. Things could be revealed to you. Taurus, I also feel that you should also safeguard your health. With respect to your love life, I have this card, Toxic Relationship. Now, you could be in a relationship which is unhealthy. Maybe bad habits of this person is affecting your connection. That is why you need to address these issues rather than skirt them. Maybe you also need to snap out of such a relationship. Singletons, I think you're going to be pursued. Even married members of the opposite sex could be showing more than a passing interest in you. But then you also need to draw the line. It is unhealthy because certain boundaries need to be created and need to be respected if you don't want to be in such a connection, because eventually it will all turn out to be toxic and unhealthy for all parties involved. Let's move from Taurus to Gemini. For Gemini, I have the card Be Vigilant, like the squirrel in this card. I think you need to be alert and watchful what's going on around you, whether at work or whether with respect to a personal relationship. Maybe people are two-faced, they're acting behind your back. Your ears should be to the ground. Other than that, squirrels, they always hoard for the winter season. They hibernate and they do have their own store of nuts to keep them through the winter season. Likewise, I think you should save for a rainy day. Geminis, I'm also picking up that you're going to be someone who is going to be on your toes. You're also going to be appreciated for your creative work, but just stay focused. Even while going for official work, I think you should carry all documents with you. It is going to be an active and busy week. Maybe clarification is also going to be sought with respect to money matters. I also have this card, Soul Whispers Endearment, from the Love Oracle deck with respect to your relationship. Maybe your person addresses you with such endearing words like darling or sweetheart, and it is only reserved for you, or it could be that you're calling him by such names. The two of you could also be telepathically connected on the 3D plane. Maybe you're also hearing his voice in dreams, or even if he is not physically around you, you could be feeling the same. Geminis who are single, I think commitment phobia could be an issue for you. There are going to be suitors, there are going to be people who are going to play matchmaker this week, but then you're also someone who may feel that you don't have deep pockets, or there's not much left to show with respect to finances. That is why you want to secure your future financially before you can walk down the aisle. Let's move from Gemini to Cancer. For Cancer, I do have the card Pair and Square. I think legal matters could be uppermost on your mind, or you could be dealing with the legal system. Maybe you're also looking into legal documents and official contracts or paperwork. Perhaps this card is also implying that you need to be fair and just or principled while dealing with others. It is going to be a productive period for sure. Opportunities are going to come your way via communication, so make it count. Maybe you also need to make some concession for clients. Other than that, I also feel that you need to be sensitive towards your parents or family elders or those around you, because you could be a bit temperamental. Incidentally, with the card Silent Treatment with respect to your love life, I think you should not allow this situation to arise, because being quiet or going quiet could also mean that you have a sense of control over the other person, and for harmony in a relationship, such a situation shouldn't arise. Communication, as I have often repeated, is the bedrock of any relationship. So communication is the key for a healthy relationship between you and your person. The dead leaves in this card will only make a noise when the wind blows or when someone walks over it, and you don't want that situation. You don't want to be incommunicado, neither do you want this person to be incommunicado. Maybe in case you're romantic also, I think you could be discussing money matters or financial issues could be uppermost on your mind. Sometimes with this card you may be so preoccupied on account of certain issues that you may not have time for your person. So keep that in mind, because there should be a balance between your home life as well as your romantic life or your professional life. From Cancer, I will move to Leo. For Leo, I do have the card Sudden Developments. Lightning strikes suddenly without warning. Likewise, you need to be prepared for sudden developments this week or sudden eventualities. By and large, I think Leos, you're going to be quite resolved despite the obstacles and disagreements that are there, maybe with respect to higher education or with respect to career matters. You do want to move ahead and forge ahead. So it's going to be an activity-filled period. I think you also need to prioritize. Maybe you should also look closely to avoid mistakes. Now with this card, I'm also picking up that your crown chakra is going to be very active. So maybe there are going to be messages from your higher self in the form of vivid dreams. So pay attention. Other than that, I also feel that secrets will come out in the open this week. So be careful, Leos. But then sometimes this is also essential to lighten your burdens. With respect to your love life, I do have the card Blind Side. Now, one of you could feel ignored in a relationship, or this could even be you, Leos. Maybe you feel this person is unresponsive, or you do want answers and clarity. In case you fancy someone, or in case it's an unacknowledged relationship, maybe you are continuing to cyberstalk this person this week. Maybe you feel ignored. Maybe you think this person is not wearing his heart on his sleeve. Let's move from Leo to Virgo. For Virgo, I do have the card As Above, So Below. I think the planets above, they are having a bearing on your life. I think whatever is happening externally is also affecting you internally. Your environment does have a bearing on you. So maybe you should also look at your astrological chart It's some kind of mirroring. At times you may also feel quite nostalgic about the past, a bit wistful. Maybe there's also a rift in a relationship which is bothering you. This week you also need to be ready for unscheduled work, taxation and technical issues. Maybe you're also going to hear from an estranged person this week. I think you also need to heal from childhood wounds or childhood traumas that you have undergone. With respect to your love life, I do have this card, Platonic Love, from the Love Oracle deck. I think you should cultivate a deep friendship with your person. The physical aspect of your relationship may not be that essential this week. You need to forge a good friendship with those yellow roses. It does signify the same soul. You should understand that you need to be more like friends, or this could also be true for some of you. Maybe you want a commitment from your person, but this person could friend zone you. He regards you as someone whom he can turn to as a companion or a friend rather than a spouse. Avoid angry words this week because it could also affect your relationship, Virgos. Let's move from Virgo to Libra. Libra, I do have the card, It's All Aligned. These ballet dancers take tremendous amount of hard work to be in harmony with each other, to be in sync. Synchronicity is definitely at work in your life, so you have to put in the hard work. It could be frustrating at times because rewards are not immediate, but yet you need to keep persisting or keep working on your skills. I think cooperation is also the key, so focus on teamwork. Try not to overreact to situations. Maybe you also need to stay motivated. You should also meditate at this time. With respect to your love life, I do have this card, You Get Me Like No Other. I think you can enjoy good conversations with your person. This person definitely sees you as a soulmate. Conversation is very free-flowing between the two of you over cups of coffee maybe, and time just flies while you're in each other's company, so you should enjoy good conversations. Those of you who fancy someone, I think you may want to reach out to this person. Maybe you're also going to share your photos, but then this person may not say much, or he could try to brush you off, but internally you do feel that this person is wearing a mask, that he is not being open about his feelings. He does have regard for you, he does care about you, but he's trying to ignore you. Neither does he want to form a connection. Maybe there are other factors. His family could be very demanding, or he's looking at things from a bigger perspective. Maybe he thinks the relationship will not go the distance, yet this person and you will enjoy good conversations. I think you have a strong bond despite it all. Maybe this person sees you as a friend. Maybe you will come together in the next lifetime. Let's move from Libra to Scorpio. For Scorpio, I do have this card, One for Sorrow. Now this minor does talk about some kind of dejection, some kind of disappointment. Maybe you also need to understand that the blockages or the disappointments in your life are all connected to a past life. Perhaps clarifications will also be sought with respect to financial matters this week. Other than that, I think you want closure. You want to move away from any kind of emotional distress or trauma. Maybe you feel the loss, but then your emotions could overwhelm you. You do feel the loss, yet I think you're also someone who's going to focus on work. You will plan unfinished tasks. You will also be on the move. Maybe because you're emotionally vulnerable, that is why I think Scorpions, you should do some aura cleansing and also keep a close eye on your health. With respect to your love life, I do have this card, Closeness, Comfort and Warmth. Maybe you want this kind of closeness in your relationship because all these words are interconnected. Without closeness, there cannot be comfort, and without comfort, there cannot be warmth. So you do want a special relationship with your person this week, but then some of you should also be careful. Maybe you're going to walk away from this person because there will be issues which you want to be addressed, but then you're not going to say much, or this person is trying to evade those questions. You do feel a sense of loss. Maybe a physical distance is also arising because this person is traveling on account of work. From Scorpio, I will move to Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, I do have the card symbiotic relationship. Maybe you're in a relationship where both parties are codependent on each other. You know, the ivy is clinging to the bark of the tree for sustenance, for support. Likewise, you may be needing support this week. Oftentimes this week, you know, Sagittarians, you could get exasperated as you have to shoulder responsibilities. Maybe others aren't around. Yet I think you're someone who is going to complete a lot of tasks. You are going to make quick progress. A question of ethics could also arise. Other than that, Sagittarians, be watchful or be mindful of your rivals. You know, some respite can be expected despite it all. Things will definitely begin to fall in place. I also have this card. Please stay from the Love Oracle deck. Most definitely one person wants to hold on to this relationship. Maybe this person is clingy, or it could even be you, Sagittarians. I think you should understand that at the soul level you don't want this distance, or this person doesn't want it either. It could be one of you. But then circumstances are such that you want to pull away, or you want to be far removed from this person's life. Maybe some of you are also going to leave someone heartbroken, or it could also be that you fancy someone and this person is not responsive. That is why you feel heartache. Your health could also be a concern this week, Sagittarians. Let's move from Sagittarius to Capricorn. For Capricorn, I have the card Protective Shield. Now this is a card which is talking about the need for you to safeguard your energy levels. Maybe there are harsh energies around you. Maybe you should protect yourself so that you're not affected by the toxic people around you. Soldiers, they always wear armor when they are battle ready or when they are going for war. Likewise, I think you need to protect yourself. Maybe you should do aura cleanse. White light healing could also be effective. Maybe imagine yourself in a bubble of white light. Yet I think this month someone definitely has your back. You should also call your angels. Maybe you should look closely as you have much to gain. Appreciation is also on the cards. Those of you who are in the education field, or those of you who are learning, I think you should do that because it is going to enhance your skill set. While dealing with others also, you need to be careful because you know someone could take undue advantage of you. Other than that, this week it's going to be very hectic. Time is also going to be a factor. Maybe technical or gadget issues could also arise. With respect to your love life, I do have this card, Wedding Bells. Now this could be true for some Capricorns. Maybe this person wants to settle down, or even you want to discuss marriage or have marriage on your mind. Maybe you're also at a social event and you're meeting this person. So some kind of friendship could be in the offing which could culminate into marriage as time goes by. Maybe this person is also someone older than you. He has deep pockets. He can help you out. So wedding is something which is going to be on your mind. Your parents could also want you to settle down because they think that you're not getting any younger. For some of you, this card could also imply that you need to focus on your marriage. You need to find time for your person this week. Let's move from Capricorn to Aquarius. Now Aquarius, I do have the card, that sinking feeling. Maybe there are warning signs your body is giving. These premonitions should not be brushed under the carpet. You should listen. This leaf is completely submerged in water. That is why things could go awry or things could be amiss. So protect your energies. Maybe you also need to be very careful while dealing with others. You should watch your words because sometimes saying something unpalatable could also stir the hornet's nest. Use your sweet tongue, network, negotiate even if you are reluctant, as there is going to be some respite. And then again, last minute changes are also very likely, so you have to adjust to changing schedules. Maybe you also need to review tasks because there could be misunderstandings. Perhaps you should focus on your skills. I do have the card hesitancy, commitment phobia. This could be true for you. Aquarians, or it could be even for the person. Maybe this person is unwilling to commit. That is why this card. Even if you are married, maybe you feel that your partner is not completely devoted to you. So insecurities could also arise. Maybe that is why you are feeling uneasy in the pit of your stomach. Some of you could also reconnect with your person. Maybe someone around this person is unwell. That is why reconnection with an on again, off again person or lover is very likely. Let's move from Aquarius to Pisces. For Pisces, I do have the card second chance there. This is a card which is a blessing because you are getting the second chance to rectify things. And the roll of dice is in your favor, so you need to make it count. I think material gains are very likely, or gains in any which way. It's a profitable period. You're going to be very productive. Word of mouth is also working in your favor. Also, I think Pisces, you need to compromise. You need to maintain your composure. Spirituality will also interest you. Other than that, there could also be home improvements lined up, or you could be focusing on the home. With respect to your love life, I do have the card jealousy and suspicion. Now, insecurities could arise if your partner is jealous because you are getting attention from the opposite sex. Suspicion is the bane of any relationship, or even you, Pisces, you should give your person the benefit of doubt rather than question his moves and motives. Financial matters could also cause discord in your relationship. Other than that, I feel that in case you are in an unhappy connection, maybe you want to discuss your story or your sob story with those who care to listen. Maybe you are also concerned about your children this week. Maybe you also have someone in your life, that is why you want to be in the arms of your lover rather than be in a toxic relationship with your current spouse. I hope everyone you liked your reading. This is Tarot with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye till the next time.